Hello guys, I'm Kiri. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about another Italian exotic from the 1970s, 1972 Ferrari 365 GT4. When we're talking about this car, we need to know that this model was all new in early 1970s. The same car, but just different names, was still in production till 1989. The same car, I mean the same looking car, because in 1977 it came the facelift model with new name Ferrari 400 GT. Big engine, some cosmetic changes, front spoiler 4 instead of 6 rear lights, new alloy wheels, etc. etc. Then in 1985 it came another facelift 412 GT, again with some changes. But we have here today this beautiful, very early example of Ferrari 365 GT4. This particular car was first registered in 1973, but the model came a year early and was presented for the first time at the 1972 Paris Motor Show. How you can see, the car is very elegant, massive space inside, for 4 passengers of course, with all the options available back on the time. Very fine leather, actually you cannot find any Ferrari 365 GT4 with interior different than leather. So the car is very high class, with luxury interior, power steering, power brakes, air conditioner, even self-leveling rear suspension. But this doesn't mean that the performance is not good because of the weight. The performance is very good. 155 miles per hour or 250 kilometers per hour maximum speed. Acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 62 miles per hour, 6.5 seconds from the V12 4.4 liter 340 horsepower engine. So the car is front mounted engine, V12, GT car of course, 4.4 liter 4390 cc. Of course the name 365 is coming from the, like the most Ferrari cars on that time, is coming from the capacity of the single cylinder, which is 365 cc, and of course the name is Ferrari 365. The engine has 6 sides Weber, 38 carburetors, and how I said before, 340 horsepower. The gearbox is 5-speed manual. Later on the facelift models, they was optioned. Ferrari was offering automatic transmission, but this just was option. The early versions like this, they are only manual. Ferrari made from this very early model, from 1972 to 1976, just 524 cars in total. So for 5 years production run, they made only 524 cars, which mean little bit over 100 cars a year, or approximately 9 cars a month. And everything was handmade. The design and the carrosseria is made by Pininfarina, probably the most famous designer's car house. The car is long 4 meter 810 millimeters, the wheelbase is 2 meter and 700 millimeters, the car is wide 1 meter 796 millimeters and is high 1 meter 310 millimeters. The weight is approximately 1.5 tons. You can see on this car and on the most of them, the wheels are alloy Cromodora wheels, but this was also was option. The customer can order the Burani wire wheels, but because on that time the aluminum were very new design and very popular, how I said, most of them left the factory with the alloy Cromodora wheels. This was the personal everyday driving car for the founder of the company, El Commendatore, Enzo Ferrari. He was enjoying driving this car, but by the way, he preferred the 4-seater than the very sporty 2-seater car. You can see here the Commodore alloy wheels with just one single nut in the middle. The car was a big success all over the world, not only in Europe, but in America as well, because the design was so innovative, so advanced, far from the rivals, with the modern pop-up lights, the stream design, of course the badge Ferrari was very important. Leonardo Fioravanti from Pininfarina create this absolute exotic 2+2 model, the same who later will create most of the Ferrari cars in the world, of course, like the Ferrari F40. The lines were similar to 365 Daytona, of course, because Leonardo Fioravanti did the Daytona as well, and was very unique with this swatch line dividing the body into upper and lower halves. The chassis, of course, was very modern back on the day and was made from steel, actually was steel tubular frame, and was based on the just year early model 365 GT4, the Gentleman, but the wheelbase was extended to 200 mm to 3 meter and 700 mm. The body was steel made, but very interesting, the floor was made by fiberglass. Imagine how cool and advanced was this. Like today everyone talking about the Ferrari, La Ferrari is entirely made from carbon fiber, but probably back on the day everyone was talking about this car, the body is made from steel, but the floor is from fiberglass, so the technology back on the day was very, very advanced. Just have a look, the emblem Pininfarina and the badge Pininfarina. And this line, what I was talking about, dividing the cars into lower and upper halves. Absolutely amazing and very, very well known for the Ferrari models. The suspensions, double wishbones, coil springs, shock absorbers, of course, anti-roll bars, but the rear axle was hydraulic self-leveling. So imagine this back in 1972. The engine was well-known Colombo V12 all alloy with 4 overhead cams, 24 valves, so that means 2 valves per cylinder. The other features were the 5-speed gearbox, limited slip differential, the servo steering wheel and the brakes, of course, and all 4 wheels, of course, are with disc brakes. The car is just amazing. Just have a look, the rear alloy chromadora wheels, 15-inch, and the one wheel hub in the middle. Actually, the tires, originally the car is coming from the factory with Michelin tires. The size is 215/70 by 15. This was originally 1972 to 1976 when the car was coming from the factory. Later on, how I said, the first facelift is came Ferrari 400 GT, or with manual or with automatic transmission. Here we have automatic, but just have a look this rear lights, 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. This was again just for the early model 365 GT4. And the Ferrari badge, of course, on the back of the car. Was absolutely amazing. So later on, how I said, the first facelift is came, Ferrari 400 GT, was with manual, 5-speed or automatic transmissions. Was from 1976 to 1979. They make in total from this model 502, 355 with automatic transmission and 147 with manual transmission. The engine was a little bit bigger, 4.8 liters, but the same power, 340. 1979 to 1985, they removed the carburetors and they was offering the engines only with injection. So Ferrari 400 GTI with injection. They built from this model with the injection engine, Ferrari 400 GT, 422 cars with manual transmission and 883 with automatic transmission, so in total 1305 cars. But because these cars was they were offering in America as well the same engine but injection because of the new regulations, especially in America. But the power went down to 310 and then 315 horsepower. So because of the America, they built more than 1000, so 1305 from this model with carburetors, with injection. Was absolutely amazing. And then in 1985, so to the end of the production to 1989, the last facelift is came in 1985, and the name of the car was Ferrari 412. They built in total 576, 270 with automatic transmissions and 270 with manual transmissions for 12 GT, and then 306 with automatic transmissions for 12 GTR. So the engine was even bigger here, the same V12 Colombo, but 4942 cc, the same which was installed in Ferrari Testarossa. The tires were with the new wheels, with Michelin TRX tires of course, but the power was slightly down than the Testarossa. The Testarossa was 390 horsepower, here we have slightly down power. So this was absolutely the last edition of the Ferrari this series GT, starting from 1972 until 1989. So how long time? More than 17 years production run. Imagine they built little bit over 2000 of all the models from 1972 to 1989. 2000, little bit over 2700 cars. So guys, I hope you liked the video about this beautiful Ferrari 365 GT4 from 1972. Please subscribe to the channel and see you next time guys. Bye.